Greetings, everyone. Well, sorry for the long absence of updates. For those of you who have been following the daily live streams, fan commentaries, group viewings, stuff, will know that I've been deathly ill for the past week and a half or so, and didn't have much in the way of a voice for several days. Yes, Rosie basically spending her days at the germ factory known as Grade 1, came to me with quite a hearty cold last week, or I guess a couple weeks ago, and gave it to me as a gift. Hooray! Well, I'm just getting over the last legs of it, but it's sufficiently over that I'm able to speak again and get back to some updates. And good thing, too, because they're beginning to pile up, so I figured it's about time I got caught up on them. So today we're going to continue on with some major updates, actually, for Godzilla. Yes, the big G, celebrating the 60th anniversary this year. I've been acquiring Godzilla DVDs and stuff like mad, so I figure let's get those updates up to date. Yes. And in addition to Godzilla, there's lots of other stuff, but we'll talk about those in upcoming updates. I'm going to try to keep the updates kind of short and sweet. I just kind of like to get them all caught up and move on to other things. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. I always try to avoid saying that it's going to be short because it almost always isn't, but we'll see how it goes. All right, Godzilla, 60th anniversary. More stuff today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Well, holy Heisei, Batman. I got some more Heisei Godzilla stuff. In fact, I got all the Heisei Godzilla stuff. Now, the Heisei era, of course, was from 1984 to 1995. It was sort of the first big revival for Godzilla after the Showa era had ended about 10 years prior. And that seems to be the way it goes. It's like they'll have like a big spate of Godzilla films for several years, and then it'll just kind of go on break for like 10 years, and then they'll bring it back. And that seems to be the case now. Of course, the Millennium series ran from 1999 to 2004, and now here it is 2014, and we're getting the new big Hollywood movie, which I'm assuming is going to spawn off a whole new series from Toho as well. We can only hope. Alrighty, so first off, as you know, I picked up Godzilla vs. Biollante and showed you that one last time. Well, since then, I've acquired essentially the rest of the Heisei series. These are all the official releases that we've had over here. Still no Godzilla 1985, unfortunately. The only way you can get that is by tracking down one of the old VHS releases if you want an official release, or there's, some fan subs and whatnot out there as well if you want to track down one of those. So next up, we have a double feature. We've got Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah and Godzilla and Mothra, the Battle for Earth. Now, this particular one, we have, they're actually both full screen. So they're actually not in widescreen, unfortunately. It's one of the few releases, few DVD releases that isn't in widescreen. In addition to that, it also does not have the original Japanese language audio. It only has the English dub. But, hey, that's better than nothing, right? So, there you go. So that's Godzilla 1985 was the first one, also known as The Return of Godzilla. This is the second one, and this is 3 and 4. So next up, we have number 5 in the Heisei series. We've got Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2. Now, you might be thinking, well, So this is a sequel to the Showa one, right? Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla? No, it's actually not. It's nothing to do with it. They just, I guess, wanted to use the same title and just stuck a 2 on the end to differentiate it from the Showa series one. So this one basically features Godzilla and Rodan fighting good old Mechagodzilla. basically fighting over an egg, apparently, that they're both kind of laying claim to and battling over. So, cool. Alrighty. And finally, we have another double feature. We've got Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla and Godzilla vs. Destoroyah, or Destroyer in English. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla is in widescreen and has both the Japanese and English audio and English subtitles, of course. So you got your choice there. Now, with Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla and Godzilla vs. Destroyer, we have widescreen, thank you, but only English audio. So there you go. That is the entire Heisei series. That is absolutely everything that is currently available. Now, there has been a rumor recently that Sony may be actually putting some of these out on Blu-ray, possibly all of them out on Blu-ray, a little later this year. Now, it's strictly a rumor at this point, but it seems like there's a lot of Godzilla Blu-ray activity going on right now, likely for the 60th anniversary. Now, I remember back when the 50th anniversary came out, this is actually 50th anniversary edition here, they had a whole pile of Godzilla come out on DVD, a lot of stuff that had never been available here before, and it was the first time that it had been made available. So it seems like they're kind of following suit with the 60th anniversary. In this case, there's several companies bringing a lot of the titles to Blu-ray for the first time, so we're actually getting to see them in high definition, and as far as I'm aware, most of those titles do include both the Japanese and English versions. Fingers crossed. So definitely looking forward to that if it happens. In the meantime, this is all that you can get currently of the Heisei series. I'm hoping that with the spate of re-releases and quality upgrades and whatnot that we're getting, that we do get Godzilla 1985 in some form, because it's conspicuous by its absence. It's literally the only Godzilla film of the entire original 28 that is not available currently in any format. So it's kind of annoying. I don't know why that is. I'm guessing some kind of weird-ass rights issue. But anyway, let's hope they sort it out before the year is out. In the meantime, if you want to get your Heisei on, that's all you need right there. You can get all of these fairly cheap. Even the Blu-ray actually only goes for maybe $10 or less. You can find that pretty cheap, and most of these are $10 or less as well. So as far as I'm aware, they are all technically out of print now. So if you want them, grab them quick while you still can. Of all of them, as I said, the two double features only have English audio. This one has Japanese and English. This has Japanese and English. And also these two are in widescreen. These two are in widescreen. These two are in full screen. And that's pretty much all you need to know. So, Godzilla, Heisei era. I should also mention, speaking of group viewings and fan commentaries, we're just finishing up Armored Fleet Die Rugger 15 this week, which is the original Japanese anime series that Vehicle Force Voltron was based on. And then the week following that, we're actually going to start in on some Godzilla. So over the course of that week, we're going to watch the entire Heisei series. The main reason being it's just the most easy to acquire. So we'll be watching a fan sub of Return of Godzilla, because it's the only way you can watch it right now. And then we'll be watching the official release versions of the other 6. So get these real quick and you can join in. So that will mainly be emceed by Skinslip, because he's the big Godzilla expert. And I'll be actually watching the vast majority, well, actually all 5 of these, all 5 of these I'll be seeing for the very first time. I've never seen any of these before. So I've only seen Godzilla 1985 like 20 years ago, and almost 30 years ago. Wow, I saw it in like 1986, I think. And then I just watched Godzilla vs. Biollante recently, so pretty cool stuff. Anyway, that is it from me to you for now. More Godzilla to come. There's more Godzilla yet. There's still lots of Godzilla to go. Easily one of the biggest anniversaries this year, so expect, plenty more updates about it, at least until there's nothing left to update. But that'll be over the course of the year, because a lot of the Blu-rays aren't coming out until, there's a couple coming out this month, and then there's some more coming out in May. And then if the rumor about the Sony Blu-rays of these is true, there's going to be some Millennium era ones in those Blu-rays too, apparently, doing a bunch of double features. some odd pairings. It's like Millennium movies paired with Heisei movies, and it's just kind of all over the map. But if that rumor is true, then it's likely going to be around July that we see those appear. So we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that is it for me to you for now. So until next time, thanks for watching, and sayonara.